Hello. Okay, so I'm rebuilding all the applications that I have built in the past 2 years, kind of. But let me explain why. So I pretty much became a maximalist so I could become a minimalist. And I know that sounds weird. So let me explain a little bit what I mean by that. So I used to have a lot of things, like a lot of things. I Some years ago, we're talking like probably like 7 years ago, I was living in a house, pretty big actually, just for myself, with everything I wanted, pretty much. I had like PlayStation, I had Xbox, I had every console that I needed, I had a massive TV. I had several internet connections running at the same time, some of them through VPNs, so I could watch like different content from different countries. I pretty much built whatever I wanted just because I could, right? But to be fair, I got bored really fast of that life. I got bored faster than I imagined at the beginning. But yeah, it happened. I got bored of that life. So I knew I needed to do something. I wasn't sure what I needed to do, but I knew I needed change, right? So I did the most nonsensical thing that a person can do. So I left. I sold everything and I just left, and I bought a one-way ticket to Europe, specifically to Barcelona. Not even close to where I was. So I flew from LA all the way to Barcelona. But in that process, I realized that I actually needed some things with me, to keep myself afloat. And as you can imagine, I was able to make like two backpacks pretty much, to get two backpacks, and in those two backpacks put my whole life. One backpack was the tech stuff, right? So I got my computer, right, like a MacBook Pro, I got an iPad Pro that I still own right here. I use still a lot. But in that process of becoming a minimalist, I need to become a maximalist at the same time. And what I mean by that, like pretty much like having things that they do a lot of stuff. Okay, like for example, in my everyday carry, I have this knife, right, that I have with me always. And you will think this is just a knife, right? But not really. Besides being a knife, it has a seatbelt cutter, for case of emergency, and it has to to break the glass, in case of emergency when you're driving, stuff like that. I bought this on purpose. I wanted like that. I wanted a knife. I wanted the seatbelt cutter. I wanted to glass breaker, everything together. So a lot of things that I own, they do a lot of things. Like even this little thing here, this paracord thing. If you check it out, you can see that it has several things. We can make fire with this, in case some emergency. I have the compass right there, so yeah, you can do more than one thing with everything I have, and that extends to my everyday carry, to all the things that I own, and I have in my life. For example, like these are my keys, for example, here are my car keys, and what I have here beside that, well, I have, of course, a mini lamp that has like a holder, It has like a magnet, you know, and the idea is that if I need to use this in the car, well, I can, you know. So that's kind of like the general idea, you know, that everything needs to be more than one use, because I needed little space to survive for that. So I went full digital nomad after that, and I spent years living in different countries, going around, traveling, doing whatever the hell I wanted just because I could. And it was great, don't get me wrong. I love it. I met so many people. I met like great friends. I pretty much did what I always wanted to do, you know, which was traveling around Europe, spend my time learning about new cultures, new ways of life, about so many things. And I'm really grateful that I was even able to go out of my little place to be able to feel uncomfortable a little bit and learn all those things. So that's how I became a maximalist first. Because I needed to fit all those things, right? So I had like all these cables that they have like a lot of cables, you know, together, you know, all those things, you know, like multiple use, like everything was supposed to serve more than one thing. But long story short, I'm not traveling anymore. I mean, not that much really. I'm still go back to America. Not so long ago, actually. I was in San Francisco, and I'll probably go again. Not to California, probably to New York. But the thing is, like, I'm more stable now. I'm in a place, this place, you can see. And to be fair, it has been always really hard for me to focus. I know since I was a kid, some doctors say that I had ADHD or something like that. And I know it's really hard for me to focus on something, especially on stuff that I don't like it's impossible. But I realize that I lose a lot of time on my phone, like crazy amount of time on my phone. So I have been checking my time. The iPhone has this thing where you can check how many hours you spend. And I pretty much realized that I spend a whole day on my phone every week. That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of time. And that's not even like, I mean, sometimes it's even more than that, you know, more than a whole day. I worry, and I think that I'm not being as focused as I want, and I know a big part is my phone, you know. So I started thinking about it, what I can do, you know, to make a little bit different, because I have a lot of projects, and between these projects is what I just said in the beginning. I'm going to rebuild my whole applications, web applications mostly, really, portfolio into something different. And the reason why is because like I'm doing too many things at the same time, but I'm doing them wrong. I am sparsing what I need to do into many things and losing time on my phone all the time, non-stop. And I started reading about the Unix philosophy, and maybe that sounds a little bit boring, but believe me, it's not. I actually found it super interesting. And you'll probably say to me, "Oh, how you don't know about that? You work in tech, blah 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 blah." You know, like yeah. I use Linux for all my servers and all those things. So, but the Unix philosophy, it's just a part of that about like how to think about a lot of. It's like I said, it's more like a philosophy, right? So the idea is that you need to write like programs to do only one thing and to do it like very well, like super well. It's just one thing. The idea is that you are not trying to build something that is going to do like a million things, but is going to suck at all of them, right? And long story short, this hit me like a truck. That sounds stupid, but it hit me like a truck because like a little bit more than 2 years ago, me and a business partner, we built something called Keeper. Okay, Keeper was this massive enterprise software. Okay, this massive enterprise software for managing people, processes, buildings, inspections. It was like to the point, like we had everything that we could imagine, right? Like Google Maps integration for the places, for example. We create like reusable templates that you can use in all the inspections. And then we create a feature for a geolocation, like to log the inspections. So we will be checking if the person executing the inspection was actually in the place. It was a lot of things, you know. It was like user management, it was documents management, it was all the inspections templates, it was building management, it was contract management. Like it was this massive platform, you know. It was doing like a million things. Okay, we presented this software to people that we worked before for some tech products. This was for mostly real estate, really, you know. So when we present this and we realized something, the software was very complex, like very complex. Like it grew so much, and we built this with our own money. Okay, like this was not something that we got paid to build, because the idea was actually to launch this as a product and, well, make money later, right? Like you invest in the upfront and then you make money eventually. So we spent a good amount of time and money building this product. In the end, we realized that it was not only not easy to learn how to use it, but it was too much. And it was too much of things that it wasn't doing great, none of them. You know, maybe one thing was actually good, but besides that, like most of them were really bad. Not bad, but you know what I mean. Like it wasn't like the best on everything. So I don't know. When I started reading about this, like Unix philosophy, write programs to do one thing and do it well, then write programs to work together, right? This got me thinking a lot about everything that I do. This minimalism through maximalism. Holy, it's complicated. And I realized that I need to detach myself from these multiple actions, multiple like things that do more than one thing at the same time, because I'm getting way too distracted. So I came up with a plan. I'm rebuilding all the applications that I built in the last 2 years and a half to be very specific softwares on only one thing and do one thing great. But this is not enough in my brain. This is not enough because I know myself and I know that the focus will be not great. So I set up a set of goals that I'm going to do. And it's going to be, I'm going to delete all the social media applications on my phone. Well, while I love my iPhone, the reality is like this has become something that doesn't let me do the things the way I want. So I bought this camera. I bought this it's a DJI Osmo Pocket. So I don't need to take my phone with me when I need to record stuff. From now on, I'm leaving my iPhone. I won't take pictures with it. I won't take videos. I will use only the DJI Osmo for that. I know that for pictures probably not the greatest, but I don't care. That's besides the point. I just need something that does one thing, you know. Besides that, I'm going to delete all the social media applications from my phone, all of them. I'm not going to leave none behind, and I will pretty much use this just for business's purpose. To have my phone number for my business and my clients so they can call me and we can tackle any issue that is happening in the software that we're building. But besides that, this is going to be only a tool for work. Okay, so this is why I bought this camera. This is the first step, and I pretty much put like specific times in my calendar through the day to actually go into LinkedIn, to go into Instagram, to go into Twitter, to actually reply, post things, write stuff, you know. So I still use social media because I'm trying to grow a little bit there, but clearly on a controlled manner, right? Because a computer is very different. At least for me, it's really hard to lose time when I'm working, when I need to work, because I have the pressure, right? Even if I have like Safari open with some tabs, like I'm still see my IDE, you know, for programming and stuff, and I have Obsidian here on the second monitor of my iPad with my tasks for the day, right? And all those things. So for me, it's harder to lose time, and I can really focus way more. So I took my calendar, right? I took my calendar and I pretty much like put all the tasks that I'm going to do, okay? Like all the products that I'm going to be working, and I divide these days. For example, right now I'm working on something called buyposting.com, right? Buyposting.com is going to be only on well, not only, but Mondays, because it's the main product that we're going to launch. And it's going to be Monday, you know, like the regular things that I do every day, together with working on buyposting.com, and then well, the meetings that I have with my business partners and all that, right? And then for Tuesday, a little bit of the normal routine in the morning, right? Then, you know, record a little bit of videos and stuff. This is what I'm doing right now, actually. This is the reason. Then, you know, I go to the gym because I have a goal to go to the gym. I'm going so far 3-4 times per week, and it's working, I think. And again, you know, some time to post on social media, and then work in buyrenovate.com, which is another software that we build already, but we are rebranding, and we're specializing this software in only one thing. So yeah, you know, like normal day, you know, working only on buy renovate that whole day. And then on Wednesday we have my morning routine, which is the same always every day, even Sundays. And then I'll be working back on buyposting.com, and then recording a little bit more videos, editing and all that I have no idea how to do. And again, go back to, you know, post replies on LinkedIn and all that, and then work a little bit later at the end of the day on buyposting.com again. And this is how I put like my whole week, you know, like work on these products that I built, you know, over the past 2.5 years, but now completely focus on one task. Like Keeper will die. Well, it's dead already, to be fair, and we're not going to use it anymore. But it's a great thing. On Friday, I'm going to be working on what is, from my point of view, probably the successor of that. It's going to be another product that you will see soon, you know, that is called bytefeedback.com. So yeah, you know, like this is going to be a super annoying process because, first of all, well, I'm not used to recording content, let's be real. This is kind of new for me, but at the same time, not using my phone for social media is such a weird thing, because I'm just used to be checking, on it all day. But at the same time, I think that it's going to actually be like a great idea, because I can focus on the things that really, really matters to me. And I know what you will say. You will say like, oh, but you're building like 4 different applications. That's not like focusing for real. And I will make the case that no, that you're wrong. Why? Like as a person with ADHD as me, like doing only one thing it's really boring. I need to be doing so many things. It's way too exciting, and you can see this through my life. I have done way many things. I know it sounds weird, but it's real. Like I have played instruments. I have been a radio host. I made like music events. I started 3 different businesses. I play airsoft. I learn besides like software and all that. I study first mechanical engineering, then software engineering. Now I am super attracted by artificial intelligence, by robotics, by many things. I learned to use guns. I trained for years with guns, I travel for so many places while working. Like I'm not used to have only one hobby. Like it's impossible for me. It's impossible for me only to have one hobby. Like I will die. I don't know I don't know what will happen, but I need to have one more than one hobby. I need to build stuff that I like. I need to read books. I need to watch podcasts. I need to do all these things, to have all these goals together. And I know that maybe for some people this is overwhelming, because I right now I have as goals literally rebuild 4 different web applications, lose a very good amount of pounds or kilograms, depending where you are. And that means, of course, going to the gym specific days of the week, and that's without touching like personal stuff, like my family, like taking my dog 2 times per day for walks and all that, that I'm doing right now. I'm not failing on none of that. But yeah, like there's a lot of things that I need to do, and maybe it feels like I'm not actually focused on one thing. But for me, all this is one goal. For me, this is all one goal, which is pretty much trying to reduce the amount of things that I imagine are necessary, not only in software, but in my own life. To a point, remove distractions, and maybe come out on the other side like a little bit more with a better idea about how to be more productive, and being able to hyper focus on something, because this is something that I used to do a lot before, when I wanted to play instruments. Like I'll go like 3 years just playing drums, and of course doing some other like small things always, but I always had like this big main thing and then all these side quests, and I feel like I cannot do that anymore. I feel like I cannot do that like super hyper focus, because of all the distractions of the modern world that I have. So yeah, all these changes will happen. They start today. They say this is the first one, this mini camera that we have here. This is the first step into the new Oscar, if you want, into a new me. I already deleted all the social media applications on this phone, so if you ever see me replying something, I'm probably on my computer. But yeah, so this is the beginning. Now I'm going to start recording videos about rebuilding these softwares. They pretty much are new products, really, when I think about it, because it's going to be different branding, different marketing, different logos, different code base, different everything. But in the end, this is just like the things that I learned when I build these other products, and now relaunching them as a more specific, better developed, and at the same time probably easier to use products. But the general idea is that eventually all these products interconnect between each other, and they can do more than that, right? Like, as we say, with this Unix philosophy. So yeah, this is the plan. Hopefully you'll come along with me, and we'll have a little bit of fun trying to build web applications, artificial intelligence stuff, mobile applications, and a little bit of everything, because the reality is like, eventually I will try to build something with hardware, because it's just fun to do, one of those things that eventually I will get to it, and I will just probably hyper focus for maybe a year, 2 years. We will see about that. So yeah, this is the beginning. See you around.